Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Noah, and I wanted to welcome all of you guys to another installment of Monologue Monday here on my YouTube channel.
Monologue Monday.
If you happen to be a returning viewer to this series on my YouTube channel, I want to thank you so much for tuning back in, and I hope you can take something away from this video as well. With that being said, let's get into this episode of Monologue Monday. So the topic for this episode of Monologue Monday, as the title suggests, is really my personal opinions and thoughts on the current state of politics here in the United States. So the long story short with politics, in my opinion, is that I don't care for them. I don't watch them. I don't really keep up on, what's going on. I'll kind of look at maybe the highlights or read up on, different things that transpire, but I don't actively watch news. I don't actively seek out anything like that. And I think that has actually been a very good decision for me personally. So now you're probably wondering, well, why don't I, right? If I'm involved in a community, in a country, there should definitely be quite a bit of insight that I should be chasing out to see what's going on, to see what laws are getting passed, what's happening in Congress, and all of that, all of those types of things. But in fact, the honest truth of all of that, in my opinion, is that it's really hard to take seriously. I think, now this is of course my own personal opinion, a lot of the mainstream political conversation has become more of a meme or more of a joke than anything. And it's just really hard to take any of that seriously, considering that these individuals, not just on the presidential level, but everyone around them, these are supposed to be our leaders, the country's leaders. They're supposed to be the most serious about making sure that the country stays in a healthy spot, not only right now, but for the future, right, for the next generations and so on. And it just doesn't seem like that is the case. There's been too many instances where I've been kind of let down, or something has just been a joke. In the public eye, or from the public eye, and even from the eyes of other countries as well, where it's just really hard to invest any of my time, any of my effort, any of my thoughts really into what's going on and keeping up with the political conversations in modern America. And I know you're probably thinking, well, Noah, there are definitely serious areas on the political spectrum here in the United States that might be worthwhile to take seriously and think about. And I think that is the case. It's just one of those details where they're not really making it to the public eye. And I probably speak for a lot of people where there's not enough time for me to actively seek out these type of articles, conversations, and so on. We're going to see what we're going to see, and that's generally, more recently the presidential debate, scenes from Congress, and so on. Another detail about politics that I'm personally not a fan of here in the United States, and it's probably similar in other countries as well, I just feel like it's very much underscored here in the United States, is that obviously with the two-party system that we really have, there's a lot of debate, or there's a lot of animosity, I think is a better term for it, between the two parties, where it's harder to stand on any kind of middle ground between the two, for some people that are very knees deep in their political opinions and so on, where the conversations between individuals from both parties aren't really conducive to any kind of success, because there's no development, right? People believe one thing, a president, or someone higher up in on the political side believes in one thing, and that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no moving from that opinion. There's no matter what kind of evidence comes forward. And I think that is obviously an Achilles heel of politics in general, but something that I definitely notice here in the United States as well. And I do see quite a bit of drama between, normal citizens and their political beliefs as well, where, they take headlines for fighting amongst each other, and sometimes even fighting amongst themselves, sometimes leading into, violent acts and people getting hurt, people dying, and so on. And it doesn't feel like it's going to get us anywhere. it's not conducive. Like I said, when you have two individuals, that have different opinions on anything, them arguing with each other, every day and not making any kind of progress in any direction is not going to do anything for anybody. Another detail that I think is prevalent in modern day America is this belief, at least in my opinion, that we are becoming even more divided as a country rather than moving forward. Kind of closing the gap, kind of like a pyramid where you have a lot of individuals, with different opinions and so on, moving upwards towards a universal understanding of what a good life is and how we can ensure that people are taken care of, basically how we can make the United States a better place. And this is something that should be prevalent in every country, right? Every country should have this same goal of taking people that have wildly different beliefs or slightly different beliefs and then coming towards the best one, the best belief system on how we can politically really unify a country. And I feel like things are actually kind of going in the opposite direction. It's something, obviously, that I haven't talked to every single person, all 300 million people here in the United States, but it's something that I feel, right, when I'm out and about, when I'm driving through different areas, when I am seeing different political news and so on online, is that people, you're either right or left or however you want to define the political sides here in the United States, and that's it, right? There's no you're going to stay on your side. You're not going to change any of your beliefs, and you're going to just keep fighting that battle. And evidently, if that's the case for everybody, then we're going to stay at the bottom of the pyramid, right? We're not going to move towards a kind of a universal truth or the universally accepted best way to kind of look at the world and look at the country as a whole. So obviously with this thought, there's no moving forward, right? We're going to, if anything, divide more, and we're kind of already seeing that state to state and so on. And there's a lot of drama between citizens from one state to another, red state compared to blue, that happen. And I just think it's unnecessary. I think we're all kind of dealing with the same stuff. We all kind of want the same things, and it just doesn't make any kind of sense why there would be any kind of animosity amongst the people here. The last thought that I'm going to leave you with today on this episode of Monologue Monday about politics is that I haven't found a good reason to really keep up to date on it, right? It's just one of those things where every time you kind of start going down your scrolling trip on social media and you get into the political section, whatever it is, it's never really anything positive. It's always these arguments that are happening. It's always drama. It's always that kind of stuff. And as a individual, I feel like this is actually, it kind of changes your mood, right? It makes you more unhappy. It might trigger some people. It might, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to describe, but generally speaking, I just think that the way our political system kind of moves in this country is that it's all a battle. It's all an argument. It's never one conversation or a series of conversations to make things better. It's always this battle between the two sides, and it doesn't feel like that's conducive to even my own personal happiness, right? I don't want to, if I'm doing something on social media, I don't want to read about that. I don't care to read about that. Maybe I'm the only one here. Maybe some of you like the action, the back and forth, and so on, and that's completely fine. But for me, at least, I'd rather read about something positive things that people are doing to make the country a better place. So there you have it. Those are just a few of my thoughts as to how I kind of look at the political system here in the United States, and most importantly, why I really don't care for it, why I really don't keep up to date on it, because ultimately, within the last 4 or 5 years, kind of distancing myself from all of that drama has really allowed me to focus on myself, focus on the important things, which is myself, my family, my friends, and trying to do creative things that I think are going to make the United States a better place. But of course, I want to hear from you guys as well. What do you think of the current state of politics here in the United States? Are you for it or are you against it? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And of course, as always, if you've stuck along this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for your time. I greatly do appreciate it. I hope you were able to take something away from this video, and as always, happy financing.